Hi everybody, my name is Joy and I'm making a video today about ACDF surgery. I don't usually do videos. This is my first YouTube video that's kind of like been out public, you know, not just for family. And I'm a vlogger, so I usually write things and take pictures. This is a little different for me, so I'm not used to it, and I hope you'll just bear with me. So the reason why I decided to make the video was because I went straight to YouTube when I found out I had to have ACDF surgery on my C4, 5, 6, and 7 discs. I was completely freaked out by the things I was seeing. I saw a lot of people in pain. I saw a lot of people that were horribly miserable, and I feel so bad for them, I really do. But in my brain, that's what I thought ACDF surgery was going to be like, that I was just going to be in so much pain and miserable. And, you know, I saw people post their day 1, day 5, day 6, and they were still sometimes in the hospital or in horrible pain. I was really terrified. So I'm hoping that this video brings people a different perspective, that it's not like that for everybody. It's actually been a not bad experience for me. So I'll get right to it. I had my surgery on Tuesday, January the 9th. Tuesday, January the 9th, I had my surgery, and today is Sunday. So it's been 6 days. So in the 6 days since I have been home from the hospital, I'm doing really very well. When I woke up in the hospital in the PACU, I was in pain, but I think because I was in, coming out of the anesthesia, I couldn't really focus on where the pain was coming from, and they were just giving me Dilaudid, which is a strong pain medication, and that helped take all the pain away and made me very happy. But it also made me super loopy and unable to really do anything for myself, which is not me. I don't like that. So finally, when I was moved to a room later, a couple hours later, they offered me Oxycontin, and I didn't want to have that loopy feeling anymore, so I asked if I could just have Tylenol. Tylenol had not been added to my list of medications that the doctor would allow me to have. I could have Oxycontin, and that was it. So I took the Oxycontin that they gave me, and I put it in my makeup bag. And then I took the Tylenol that I was smart enough to bring to the hospital with me. So 2 things: make sure that Tylenol is on your list if you don't want to be on a strong drug, and 2, take some of your own, just in case. Alright, so once I got the anesthesia and that heavy medication out of my system, which, by the way to do that fastest is to get up and move. Walk around, go to the bathroom, walk out in the hallway if you can. And if you're on strong medications because you're in a lot of pain, then don't do any of those things. Just rest and get better. But if you aren't in a lot of pain, or you can tolerate the amount of pain that you're having, you want to move as fast as possible. It's good for getting all of the anesthesia out of your system, and it's good for the blood clots that can form after having surgery. So you want to be getting up and moving. And if you're unsure, you can ask the nurses. They'll bring you a walker. I mean, for goodness sakes, it might be a little embarrassing, but it's not like you're going to run into all those people that you're going to see in the hospital all the time, or at the grocery store, or whatever else that you're doing. So don't worry about your moment of weakness. Worry about how you're going to get through the next 24 hours. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some things after I was released from the hospital the next day that were really super useful to me, and that I thought I was going to need, that I didn't need at all. So I was released in the morning. The next morning, I came home with the incision. It was not covered. It's never been covered. So here's my incision here. On the end here, there's kind of like a larger part of the incision, and then that's where the drainage tube went inside, and then there was the tube that came out, and it was clasped onto my hospital gown, and that was just collecting all of the disgusting, gross, nasty, pussy ookiness that was draining from the incision and the site. In the morning when I was released, the doctor came in and ripped that out. Okay, so he didn't rip it. He pulled it gently, but it kind of felt weird and gross. It was like having an IV taken out. It did hurt for a couple seconds, but it wasn't like the end of the world or anything like that. So he took that out, and then everything else was left open. This is all glued shut, so there's no stitches, no staples, just glue. Now, a couple of days ago, actually yesterday, the end of my glue started to peel up a little bit, and I don't want that to happen, so I stupidly put a small piece of surgical tape right on the end of it just to hold it down. And then the surgical tape started to like really itch and drive me crazy. So when I peeled it off, a little bit of my glue came off. But I think it's still fairly well intact. So with the incision site, the most important thing is to keep it clean, keep it covered if you're going to get in the shower or get wet. And just don't touch it all the time, like I clearly am. Make sure if you're touching it, you've washed your hands. I've been fanatical about washing my hands and using some antiseptic gel. Okay, so next. So I came home with this beautiful Philadelphia collar. So there are two different kinds of collars that they gave me in the hospital. This is the Philadelphia collar. I'm going to show you how to put it on really quick because it's two pieces stuck together with Velcro, and it's super easy. So you just put this back part on here, and you hold on to this little Velcro. This top part goes over the top, and then that's it. Piece of cake, right? Straighten it up. This one fits me really well, like my head fits right into it. There's a hole here, and look, you can see my incision through it. So. But this is the Philadelphia collar, and I find this is good for two things. One, this is the one that you're supposed to wear when you're out in the car, even though you're not allowed to drive yet, which you shouldn't be driving. If someone else is driving you, this is the one that you want to have on. It gives more support, and if for some reason you are in an accident, this is the one that will protect your neck the most. Number two, for any type of collar, whether it's this one or the foam one, when you have it on, people stay away from you, which is really what you want right now. You don't want somebody that you haven't seen in a while to come running up to you, like hugging you, like, hey, it's great to see you and everything. People see it and they're like, oh, what's going on with her? Let me just stay over here. Not that I'm like a social phobe or anything like that, but I honestly do not need people like hanging on me right now. So that's good for that. This is the other collar that they gave me. It's still in the box because this is something that you may want to know, need to know, etc. Excuse me. I still have a little bit of a cough from this whole mess. Here is the standard 4-inch collar that they gave me that I didn't try on in the hospital, which you should definitely make sure that you try it on, because here's what it does when I put it on. I have to tilt my head way back like this in order to get this on. So this is neither comfortable nor is this the position that your head should be in. This is awful. So this is the standard 4-inch collar. So if they give you the collar to make sure you try it on, and if you have this situation, ask them for a pediatric collar. The pediatric collar is 2.5 inches instead of 4. And they all come with these lovely extenders for the Velcro. So just in case it's too small to go around your neck for the pediatric collar, you can make it a little bit bigger. But I did have to order the pediatric collar from Amazon because this is very uncomfortable. And they all come with these lovely sleeves that you can put on there to cover them up if they get dirty, and then you can wash this or whatever. I mean, these collars are horrible in my opinion. Some people seem to like them. I mean, there's this whole genre of people out there that order them and talk about how wonderful they are, blah, 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 blah. You people are great. I love you. You're actually quite entertaining. For me, this is, I want to be done with it and throw it in the trash can as soon as possible. This is impeding my life. But that's just how I am. I don't expect everybody to be just like me. So that's the collar situation. I'm sorry that I'm fixing my hair now because I've messed it all up playing with collars. But anyway, like it really matters, right? I'm doing nothing except sitting on my sofa recovering. So, collars. That's what you got going with the collars. Something that I did buy that I recommend if you have a Philadelphia collar with a hole in the front of it is I made the purchase of these Bandaids Skin Flex extra large Band-Aids. The reason why I got these is because there's very little tape around the outside. It's mostly gauze, and it's just enough tape to stick onto the incision site so I can wear this and you can't see my gross incision through the Philadelphia collar's hole. I don't really care if I'm just going to Starbucks for coffee or maybe to the movies or going somewhere else like the grocery store. Yeah, because I've been out and about every day ever since my surgery. You can like go places and stuff. You don't have to sit at home and go, oh, woe is me. But yeah, if I was going to go out somewhere like fancy or like to dinner or out with friends and I didn't want people gaping at my gross like incision, then I would probably cover it up with one of these. I've used one of them one time. But I might use some other ones. Who knows? So, day 6 of the incision, and I'm really pleased. I'm going to try to get closer to the video here so you can see. My doctor really kept the line, my neurosurgeon really kept the line inside of the line that's on my neck. So I won't really know until a couple more weeks. So yeah, somebody just called me on my phone, and I don't know if there's like a weird gap. It's because of that. I'm back. So the incision we were talking about. Now really quickly on to the things that you will and will not need. Okay, someone said that I would need probably a recliner or a sofa to sleep on for a few days. So I had this whole setup going here on my chaise lounge end of my sofa because I don't have a recliner. So I had all of this going, and I slept here the first night, and it was the worst night of my life because it was so uncomfortable and so unfamiliar, and you know, I just didn't like it. So by day 2, I was sleeping in my bed with one extra pillow. So I normally sleep with 2 pillows. Now I'm sleeping with a 3rd pillow, and I'm super comfortable like that. The most important thing that I have found that I was in need from day 1 and still in need is my heating pad. So this heating pad right here is this is a real size, giant or extra large heating pad. And the reason why I have this one is because you can roll the end up on it like this and get it into the back crease of your neck while you're like relaxing and pushing your head back. So, because I find that since the very beginning, really, I have had no pain up in the front of me at all. All of the pain has been to the back of my neck and then in between my shoulder blades. Everything else has been really fine. So, besides having a sore throat day 1, a little bit day 2, that's really the only other pain I've had. As for the sore throat, I got this Alka-Seltzer sore throat relief, and these are melts. So you just put them in your mouth and they melt away. And they melt slowly, and it really relieves the sore throat pain. But you should know that this has 300 milligrams of acetaminophen. So it has Tylenol, and that's mostly what it is. So if you're taking Tylenol on top of whatever else to take care of your pain, you may want to not take this, or take this and maybe only one Tylenol, or make sure that you can take Tylenol along with whatever pain medication you are taking. There's that. Okay, next thing. I did not need a shower chair. I borrowed one from a friend who had a parent who needed one and no longer was in need of it. So it was here in case I needed it, but I didn't need it. Now, I mean, if you're on a lot of drugs still and you're totally loopy, then you probably do need a shower chair. But I didn't need a shower chair. I took a shower after day 3, I think. And that was gross, going 3 days without a shower. Really gross. But I took a shower after day 3, and the only thing that I did have, just in case I needed it, is this. I got this at Walmart, and this is $8.95. And it just has these clips, so you push the suction cups up against the wall and then clip them down, and it stays on the wall really firmly. Like less than 10 bucks, okay? So Walmart and Target, CVS, Amazon, all the things I'm telling you about you can get at any of those places, okay? I bought this because someone thought I might need one of these. As you can see, it's still in the package. This is one of those sticks that lets you help reach things up high. Now, I'm only 5'4", so I might actually need this for the rest of my life, but I don't need it now, and I'm not going to use it. I'm going to return it because I came home with full range of motion for my arms. I can reach up on my shelf and get everything I need to get down. The only range of motion that I'm really missing is this back and forth. I have to move my whole entire waist. Right now my head doesn't want to go either one of those ways. So there's that. The other thing that you will need is Bendy straws, because you've got a drink, right? And you've got to lean over to get your drink if you don't have a Bendy straw. And also, Bendy straws are just plain fun. I mean, come on. You get 100 of them for like $2. Who wouldn't want that? So Bendy straws. All right. Last thing. No, it's really not the last thing. There's a couple other things, but this is an important thing. In order to shower, you will need some Glad Press and Seal. So the reason why you'll need Glad Press and Seal is because, oh, mine has little snowmen on it. Isn't that cute? It's like holiday version. But the reason why you will need this is because when you take a shower, you need to cover your incision completely so that it doesn't get wet, so that it doesn't cause an infection. So you just take a piece of it and you just stick it on your neck like this and cover your full incision. Now this is not enough to keep the water out. You'll have to go back with some tape and tape around all the ends so that everything stays on. And then still try to avoid getting any water on it if possible, you know. But I mean, you've got to wash your hair and stuff. And then when you're done, peel it all off, throw it away. It doesn't stick to your incision enough to pull on it. It's just very, very lightly sticky. And make sure that everything is dry. I would put my blow dryer on the cold shot and just cold shot over my incision a little bit just to make sure that it was totally dry, because you know you don't want infection. That's like the #1 thing that you want to be avoiding right now. Is that everything? Like, it's almost everything. Make sure that you have something fun to do, something good to read, some sort of little project like crochet or something like that, and a little table so that you can have, you know, your drinks and all your stuff that you need, and your remote for your TV, and possibly, you know, your controller for your gaming system. And don't be afraid to put your Philadelphia collar on if you're feeling well and go out. I have been to the movies a couple times. The Commuter's really good if you haven't seen it, with Liam Neeson. It's a pretty good movie. I've changed the sheets on my bed, washed a few loads of laundry, baked some biscuits and some corn muffins. I'm going to be making brownies and cookies today for my son to send him off to college. So, yeah, don't be afraid of ACDF surgery. Don't be afraid of all the things that other people have had as far as their experience. Be prepared for your own experience. I think I have a pretty good pain tolerance. I've been told that by doctors. Having a good pain tolerance and having a positive attitude is half the game, maybe more than half the game. So just be, you know, be prepared to get back to your life as soon as possible, but also be prepared to take care of yourself. I still rest a lot. I'm on this sofa a couple hours a day still, just resting with my heating pad, because that pain in my neck and between my shoulder blades is still there. Icy hot stick, that works really well too. I use that a couple times a day. And they're going to give you a muscle relaxer. So they gave me Valium, which makes me loopy or tired also, and I don't want that. So I break my Valiums in half. They're 5 milligrams, and they easily break in half, so I could take 2.5 milligrams, and I just take that at bedtime, 2.5 milligrams, none during the day. I'm controlling everything during the day with the heating pad and the Tylenol. So the experience is going to be what you make it for yourself. So just make it whatever it needs to be for you, but don't be afraid, and know that it's not that bad. It really isn't that bad. So good luck to you. I hope that your surgery is easy for you and turns out to be a piece of cake. All right. Thanks for watching my video. I know it was like ridiculously long, but there's a lot of stuff to cover. And I'm really sorry about this one piece of hair. I have no idea what's going on. Like, yeah. So my girlfriends are on the way over now, and we're going to the movies again. We're going to go see something called Molly's Game, and we're going to Starbucks. So, see, look, you're going to have fun. You're going to have a fine time after 6 days. Okay, maybe not fun, but thanks for watching the video. Bye-bye.